Thank you so much. What we are witnessing today in India in the form of farmers' movement and agitation is a manifestation of what happened in Champaran in 1917, in Kheda in 1918, and in Bardoli in 1928. In fact, Gandhi's advent in India's public life began with his Champaran Satyagraha, and he was not allowed to enter Champaran. He was not allowed to do some investigation about the exploitation of the farmers by the British planters, who in today's parlance would be treated as corporates. Because here is a book by Dr. Rajendra Prasad on Champaran Satyagraha, where he mentioned in this book, there was a contract farming going on. The farmers were forced to plant indigo in some of the fertile tracts of their land. So what Gandhi did there, he entered, he was not allowed to go ahead, as much as the farmers today are not allowed to come inside Delhi. So Gandhi was not allowed to go inside Champaran and do an investigation. There is a strong parallel. In fact, I have written an article on this. So then Gandhi was arrested for breaking the law and for breach of peace. He was taken to the court, and then the magistrate asked, "Do you plead guilty?" Gandhi said, "Yes, I plead guilty." The magistrate, the British colonial bureaucracy, police were stunned because nobody pleads guilty on the court of law. So then magistrate asked, "So why did you break the law if you had to plead guilty?" Gandhi said, "I was tuned to the higher law of conscience." And the case was dropped. Gandhi was allowed to investigate. So how did Gandhi investigate? He talked to the farmers, talked to the British planters, the exploiters. He talked to the bureaucracy, the police. So that engagement constituted the foundation of law-making process, the deliberation and consultation. And this deliberation and consultation which formed Gandhi's core of Satyagraha, that is today missing in the preparation of the farm laws which were passed in Parliament by dispensing with the parliamentary procedure, by dispensing with the physical voting, which is enshrined in Article 100 of the Constitution. So in 1917, Gandhi laid the foundation of the deliberative and consultative process of framing the law. And when he submitted the report, the British government, they constituted a committee, like the Supreme Court is constituted a committee on 12th January. This parallel. So Supreme Court constituted a committee consisting of those economists who are supportive of the farm law. And when the British government constituted a committee in 1917, they put all British personalities in the committee, and farmers were apprehensive in Champaran. What would happen to the investigation, the report? Now the British fellows are there in the committee established by the British regime, the Bihar and Odisha government. Then when the apprehensions were expressed, then Gandhi was made a member of the committee. The farmers were really happy. So the committee submitted a unanimous report saying that by the instrumentality of law, the forcible plantation of indigo on the lands of the farmers would be abolished. And then the British regime, Bihar, Odisha government, they came out with a bill called Champaran Agrarian Bill of 1918. And that bill was introduced in the Bihar, Odisha Assembly. It was referred to a select committee by the British regime because members demanded. And when members demanded in Rajya Sabha to refer these bills to the select committee, the House, it was passed with voice vote, not through physical voting. Then so this is how in 1917 the first Satyagraha of Mahatma Gandhi, which took up the cause of farmers, that spirit is being demanded by the farmers today, by the opposition today, that there should be a deliberative and consultative process, the parliamentary process, that should be followed. Now, 1 year after Champaran Satyagraha in Kheda, land revenue code which was in force was opposed by the farmers because they lost crop, and they said land revenue code should be suspended. Sardar Patel and Mahatma Gandhi were in the forefront of Kheda Satyagraha of 1918, which is lesser known. So Gandhi said that that land revenue code which constituted the law was harmful for the farmers. British government said that law was good for the farmers. Gandhi said, what was this? The law was never framed by consulting the farmers, and the British government was saying that it was good for them. Exactly the same narrative we are witnessing today. The government saying that the law is good, farmers are saying law is not good, so therefore they are on the streets. And in 1928, the Bardoli Satyagraha, which actually became the ground when Sardar Patel emerged as the leader of the farmers, same issue was there. Large number of women were participating in Bardoli Satyagraha of 1928. Now Gandhi wrote extensively about Bardoli Satyagraha, and he was saying that there should be a Bardoli day across India. And then he refused to take money, and Sardar Patel was accused of misleading the farmers against the British regime. As much as today in 21st century India, farmers are being accused, or some leaders are being accused, or leaders of the farmers are being accused of misleading them. So eventually all these three satyagrahas succeeded, and Gandhi said that we would submit ourselves to the penalty of suffering. People would suffer, they wouldn't at all do anything harmful to the British regime, but they would impose a penalty on themselves. That penalty was self-suffering. And that self-suffering today, which we are witnessing in the borders of Delhi and in many parts of India. So therefore what we are today witnessing is manifestation, kind of a replay of history of the colonial period. And that history of the freedom movement under the leadership of Gandhi, which commenced in Champaran, it was for the cause of the farmers. It was against the planters, British planters, the corporates of that time. And today, history is repeating itself. History is being replayed. Now again the farmers are in the forefront. They are providing that remarkable and splendid example of non-violent resistance against a law which was framed without consulting them, by bypassing the legislature or by not following the parliamentary process enshrined in the Constitution of India. So this movement is a movement in defense of the Constitution, a defense of the legitimate place for the parliament, in defense of the cause of the interests of the farmers, which are paramount. So thank you so much.